Look at this Peggy Rockefeller Rose Garden. I've never seen so many roses. Today is going to be like seeing celebrities up close and personal. Often there are only zoomed in images of the rose flower itself available on the internet, but now I'll get to see the rose growth habit of many roses and share that with you here. I've also included visible rose labels whenever possible. That pink one that seems to be a climber, I'm not sure what it is, but there's a sign that says Brother Cadfael near it. Maybe that's what it is. For non-New York City residents, the admission fee to the entire park is $35 per person. Parking is $22, but we found free street parking when we happened to go. Your ticket includes a tram ride that comes every 35 minutes or so to take you on a longer sightseeing loop around the botanical garden, where you can get off at the Rose Garden stop. Or you can take the 10-minute or so pleasant walk to get to the Rose Garden from the entrance next to the Pine Tree Cafe. Many of these roses are quite beautiful, but have little to zero fragrance. It's said that finding the trifecta of fragrance, health, and bloom power is elusive. For example, when roses are bred for fragrance, one of the remaining two attributes suffers. There's a similar joke about women in that men are forced to choose two of the three attributes men want from women: beauty, emotional stability, and intelligence. Of course, all three can exist in one. It's just not as common. These bolero roses were nicely fragrant. It might be the trifecta. The only way to really know is to grow it, so I'm giving it a try this year. I haven't had it long, but the flowers seem to last longer than others. The park opens at 10 a.m. Come early if you prefer a more peaceful experience. For example, at that time, you really won't see irresponsible parents with screaming children, shamelessly trampling in the rose beds, self-worshippers who care nothing about the roses except using them for their personal backdrop. But if you like that stuff, or maybe you're part of one of those groups, then by all means come later, maybe after 1 o'clock or so, please. Even if you are a few hours away from this rose garden, I think making the journey here is worth it if you're interested in roses. Then you can sniff each rose for yourself. We decided to go in early June, just when the weather was really warming up for roses. And it paid off. Almost every rose was in full bloom. Oh my goodness, this one. Out of, thousands of roses at this rose garden, this stood out to me the most. I just love that color, and it was so fragrant. Not just fragrant, but a really, really pleasant fragrance. After seeing this Raspberry Cupcake rose in person, I'm so glad I mail ordered one, although it will be a small plant and take some time to figure out how it performs in my garden. Don't they look like raspberry cupcakes? They're so adorable and they smell so good. It would be so nice if this rose was a true trifecta. Okay, I'm going to tear myself away from this rose and show you others now. This one is called Peppermint Pop. So here's Peppermint Pop in the foreground, and all the way in the back corner, the really tall one, I couldn't see the rose labels on the ones in the back there. The large sign there for the apothecary rose is actually the bright fuchsia pink one underneath it, the smaller one. This is Beverly. She's a little bit past her peak spring bloom, and I'm not detecting the strong fragrance I've read about her, but that could be for a variety of reasons. I sniffed every single rose that I could reach. If I'm not mentioning a fragrance, it's because I didn't detect any at that moment. I recognized this rose right away from pictures I had seen on the internet. Its other name is Cathedral Bells. The fragrance was pretty good, but not as strong as I expected it to be. I think it's a charming rose, although I'm more in favor of darker green leaves lately, and this one reminds me too much of Belinda's Dream, whose leaves tend to be all different colors instead of a uniform, solid, healthy looking green. I guess I'm getting picky about roses. I think those ruffled flowers are just perfect, though. Pink Traviata is so beautiful, but it has zero fragrance. The leaves are so dark green. Wedding Bells had a nice fragrance when I sniffed up close, and big, beautiful blooms. Fun in the Sun has a great fruity fragrance, although I did have to stick my nose right up to the flower to get to it. Perfumed Breeze, what a beautiful rose name, and it did smell good. This one was getting ready to flower. Sometimes it's nice when everything doesn't flower at once, so you always have some flowers when they're staggered. Well, thanks for spending time with me at the Peggy Rockefeller Rose Garden. It's located in the Bronx, which is not the safest area, but just use common sense and exercise caution and you'll be fine. Take it from me, I was born in the Bronx and not the good part. I find it sort of funny that I never went to safe places like these when I was younger and never grew anything or even discovered the joy of roses, for example, until much later in life when I got out of the Bronx. If you happen to stumble upon this video and you're interested in growing roses or anything really, I hope you get yourself a container if that's all the space you have and try to grow something too. I just find it so grounding. It connects us to the earth, to the changing of the seasons, to our mortality itself in a helpful way that makes us more aware of life itself. Plus, you could get beautiful blooms and fragrance. Maybe you'll stop by my channel and check out my own little garden. In any case, have a rosy day and take care.